PlayStation. Yeah. Is Review Tech USA full of crap and a filthy neckbeard? Of course he is. Do you think there's going to be a video game crash of 2024? Hell no. That's right. Hell no. Because Rich doesn't know what he's talking about. There is no video game crash coming. And here's the reality to that. Gaming is bigger now than it ever has been. And like I stated in my what I want to see from my Vita 2 video, I think it's going to happen more. I would love to see game companies finally cut down the spending, just like with movies. Let's see here. Godzilla Minus One was made around 15 million US dollars. That is absolutely insane. Absolutely insane. And, like, that movie is one of the best looking movies I have ever seen, right next to Top Gun Maverick. Like, just mind-blowing. Also, because this is a pro-Sony channel, I'd like to point out, but both those films were made using the Sony Venice 2. Perfection. Chef's kiss of a camera. I absolutely love that thing. This is being filmed on an A7S III. Still the best on the market if you're just going for video. But, back to what I'm saying. Rich is wrong about this. And honestly, we're going to see a new renaissance. And not a renaissance of bigger budgeted games, but a renaissance of smaller, more faithful, more not open world giant mega games like Skull and Bones, Assassin's Creed, Horizon Forbidden West, Grand Theft Auto. I mean, don't get me wrong, not all these games are bad. I love GTA, I love Horizon, I love God of War, I love Ghost of Tsushima, I can't say I love Rise of the Ronin yet. That is one on my list. I'm a weeb. I don't care. You can type "you filthy weeb" in the comments, and I'm okay with that. But what I'd love to see, and I've seen so many games of recent years, absolutely make masterwork of this, such as Kena Bridge of Spirits. Yeah, it's a little underwhelming. It's still a great game, but Nier Automata, Bayonetta 3. Let's see. Kind of having a brain moment here. Astral Chain on the Switch. I wish I could say Scalebound, but that never happened. We can still dream, though. But I want to see smaller games. I want to see level-based, smaller, more efficiently made games with a smaller budget, a more passionate team, and a smaller development cycle. We don't need 10 years to get a game that, we may not like it? Like, there's just so many really awful games coming out. And that's not to say that gaming now is worse than ever. It's not. Gaming is better now than it ever has been. We've gone through so many horrible trends. Except, you know what? I can easily say I've never had to deal with the horrible trends. I don't play multiplayer-based games. I don't care about season passes. Yeah, sure, sometimes if I'm buying the entire game set on a game that's already 10 years old, or 5 years old, whatever, that's okay. I don't mind DLC as long as it's good DLC. Like, I played non-stop Like a Dragon, and sure, sometimes it's nice to get some bonus loot, EXP, or class upgrade items, just to make the game feel like it's picking up some pace. Those are such big games. But, like I was saying in the Vita video, the Vita 2 video, I should say, it would be great to have finally some smaller PS2 style games. That's kind of why I brought out this little guy. I love this the PS1, as in ONE, not the number one, is just, as an N64 kid, I was genuinely jealous of this little thing in the LCD screen. So, having one now, I love it. I wish I could get the GameCube folding screen, but those weren't made by Nintendo, and they're really hard to find. Like, the cool thing about the PS1 is that there was official screens. Like, this one is officially made by Sony, so it works perfect. I actually have two. The other one is in my closet, and it has a light problem. I'm just going to use it as a cool little prop when I have more desk space in the future, when I get a bigger place. But I don't like getting rid of things unless I absolutely have to, or if it's just meh. I do the KonMari thing, even though I'm really bad at doing it these days. But yeah, if we could see a renaissance back to the PS2 era, I'd be a happy camper, because the reality is games today are better than ever. They have better controls, better mechanics, better quality of life, just better overall everything. And if that means the PS5 here, you like my blue themed PS5? I painted this myself. Yeah, if we could have a prolonged PS5, awesome. If we could have games that are just mastered to the SSDs, awesome. Do I want to see a PS6? Yes. Yes, I do. Just like I said in the Vita 2 video, I want to see a new handheld and the PS6 come as a 1-2 punch, and I want to see them really go hard. But let's talk about why people think that there's going to be some video game crash. It's not going to happen. This is not 1983, and it's not in early American electronics of the olden days. Today, games sell better than ever. The problem with games today is they're too big. They are. Like, I want to get my hands on Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, but two things. Actually, three things. One, I don't have the cash for it. I don't. It is what it is. Two, I still need to finish Final Fantasy VII Remake in general. I got to the point where you have to climb the wall, and then I kind of lost interest. I don't know what happened. But then, also, three, my backlog of games is way too big. And it's not just the PS5. It's the PS1, 2, 3. I kind of count the PS4 and 5 as the same system. I need to catch up on beating some PSP and Vita games, as well as DS, 3DS, Switch games, even some Xbox titles. I have way too many games. So, as much as I want to play some of these games, it's not happening. But, I don't know. It does look really cool. And like that is part of the problem of today's gaming, is games are really big. Anytime I start a new Like a Dragon, it takes up way too much time. I'm almost done with 7. I have one more trophy to get my platinum, but it is just not nice. It is the true Millennium Tower, and I'll still take it over most of the Yakuza Platinum. The Yakuzas and Platinums are not fun together. They're not. But it is what it is. But yeah, games today are better than ever. After the 360 died, most of my Xbox friends stopped appearing online, and then most of them stopped accepting chats in general. So I kind of just stopped going online in general, even with the PS4 or Nintendo. That doesn't mean I wouldn't mind going back online if they actually made good online co-op games. Like, I'd love to see Ubisoft tackle a Splinter Cell co-op game. Chaos Theory had an amazing co-op experience, and that was it. I didn't like. I really didn't like Double Agents, and Conviction was just like Halo's co-op. So it wasn't a co-op experience. It was just, hey, here's two players. But like, I don't know. I'd love to see a proper with the Vita 2 and the PS5. I'd love to see cheaper games with a more unique art style and having new IPs, not just rehashes over and over again. But AAA gaming's dying because either the monetization, how long it takes to come out, the woke pandering. I don't want to support games that think that I'm evil because I'm, well, as you can see, I'm a white straight male. I don't discredit people of other races. I don't care if somebody's black, red, brown, whatever. I don't. I don't care. I live in Japan. I'm learning Japanese. I am the minority here. And yeah, that's, it is what it is, but it's kind of what I joke about to a lot of my friends from China. I don't care where food is made or who makes it. If it's good food, it's good food. That goes with movies, games, books, anything. As I believe the quality of something should dictate whether it's good or not who makes it. I mean, a lot of my favorite creators are insane Japanese guys like Hideo Kojima and Yoko Taro. Those guys are nuts, and I love them for that. I love that they don't fit this safety mold of who makes something. Like, it's boring. I think we need to see more sixth generation style games. I think gaming needs to be made more cheaply. I mean, if you look at the most successful games, and I mean like overall profits, easily they're not always these big AAA titles. Like, yes, GTA 5 is a marvel of a game in terms of how much money it has made. But look at Tetris. Tetris was made off of a Russian developer's salary back in the Cold War. Like, it was the most profitable game ever at one point. Like, and we're talking second generation gaming here. Tetris was insane. I love Tetris. I will play Tetris till the day I die. I love Tetris, whether it's on my phone, PSP, Vita, 3DS, PS4, 5. I remember two of my absolute favorite Tetris games. One was the first time I got a PlayStation used from a neighbor. There was a stack of games in there, and I think it was called Meteor Tetris or something like that. I don't remember, but that PS1 Tetris was so good. Like, smooth frames, fun backdrops, great music. It wasn't just a cut and copy NES Tetris. So good. So good. Tetris can have such a personality when the developers really go into it. Like, if you haven't played Tetris Effect for the PS4, please do. Tetris Effect is amazing. And my other favorite Tetris is a Tetris on the original Xbox, and I'm not exactly sure what it's called, but it came on a 2-game promo set for Star Wars Episode 2 and Tetris. And what makes this Tetris so good is it has a mode that I've never seen in another Tetris game called Cascade Mode. And when you play Cascade Mode, it kind of does this avalanche thing where you break a line set, and your Tetris blocks will shift down sometimes, and it's super cool. And I've never seen that in another game. And I play a lot of Tetrises. I have Puyo Puyo Tetris 1 and 2. It's not on there. It's not on Tetris Effect. I haven't seen it in forever, not since that one and only game. And if you know of a Tetris that has it, I'm going to have to Google it later, but please let me know in the comments, because I want to play it again. I want to find a copy of this game and actually play it. I have the OG Xbox and a Series X, and as much as I don't really care much for Microsoft these days, there's still a lot of great Xbox games. I love the OG Xbox. To me, that was the Xbox that truly tried. Like, tried. Not just, hey, we got the big names behind us with the 360. No. I mean, goofy, off-the-wall games that were mind-blowing. And this is that 6th generation I'm talking about. I'm talking about games like Blinx the Time Sweeper, Jet Set Radio Future, Panzer Dragoon Orta, Brute Force. Brute Force, to me, was way better than Halo. Like, yeah, Halo is a great shooter for the Xbox, and it helped shooters get popular on consoles. I still say 007. GoldenEye did a bigger job with that on the N64, but potato. I don't know. I don't really care. I think the whole shooting, all the shooting genre is like the same thing to me. I want to see more great classic style shooters get made. Like Shadow Warrior, Duke Nukem. I want to see Duke Nukem come back. Come on, Randy Pitchford. Like, make an actual Duke Nukem or sell that franchise off, but he won't, because he just wants to be the guy who owns Duke Nukem. Like, classic games are great, and we could see a return to them from new people who grew up loving those games. And I don't know, I just think that would be super cool. Just like I'd love to see, like, what's his name? The Ion Storm guy. He made Doom, and he made Quake, and I'm just going to say Doom guy, because I can't think of his name right now, and I don't want to pause to go look. John Romero. I knew it. John Romero, if he were to come back and try to remake Daikatana, that'd be awesome. I would love to see that. I would love to see some weird Frankenstein's monster of Daikatana, or just an amazing recreation of what he wanted to make. I don't know. I think there's so many good games that with a small but fair enough budget, we could see awesome stuff again. A perfect example, and this is where I will give Microsoft some thumbs up points, is Psychonauts 2. Psychonauts is one of my favorite 6th generation games / favorite games of all time. It's in my top 10. And I never thought we'd see a proper sequel. Like, I was surprised to see it on PlayStation VR. And Rhombus of Ruin was cool. It had a fun story. The gameplay was not the best. It was okay. But for a 1.5 game, yeah, I liked it. I liked it a lot. Psychonauts 2 blew me away, though. It felt like 6th generation in the 8th / early 9th generation. I played it on PS5. It was the PS4 version, but same thing in my eyes. And absolutely loved it. And I just think, let's do that again, AAA companies. Let's bring back the 6th generation in the 9th generation. And, maybe only make 1 or 2 super expensive titles, but have smaller, more passionate projects. And let's see it. But anyway, I've rambled on long enough. If you like my ramblings, please hit the like button, subscribe, comment. Let's be friends. Let's talk about stuff. Let's keep it on the real. And have a good one.